Hey everyone, welcome back to the Personal Growth Talks podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and I'm Julia, your co-host. We're so happy you're here with us today. Today we're talking about something really important: how to stay positive during difficult times. Life isn't always easy, right, Julia? That's true, Jason. We all go through hard times, like losing a job, having problems in relationships, or feeling alone. But staying positive can really help us feel stronger inside. Yes, and when we talk about being positive, we don't mean ignoring your problems. It's about how you face them. Do you give up, or do you try to find a little hope? Exactly. A positive mindset doesn't mean you're always smiling. It means you believe things can get better, even when they're hard right now. And research shows that people who stay positive in tough situations often recover faster, feel less stress, and make better choices. That's powerful. And here's something else. Being positive doesn't mean doing it alone. You can get support from others, talk to someone, or even listen to podcasts like this one. Yes, that's why we're here, to help you through the difficult moments and remind you that you're not alone. In this episode, we'll share stories, give you practical tips, and talk about simple things you can do every day to stay hopeful, even when life is hard. So, let's get started, and remember, no matter what's happening in your life, there's always a small step you can take to feel better. Stay with us because the best is yet to come. Let's be honest, Julia. When life gets hard, it's easy to feel like giving up. Yes, Jason. When we face problems like money issues, health problems, or emotional pain, it can feel like there's no way out. And sometimes people think, if I stay positive, does that mean I have to pretend everything is okay? No, not at all. Being positive doesn't mean you hide your feelings. It means you face the truth, but you don't stop trying. That's the key. First, you have to recognize the challenge. Say to yourself, yes, this is a hard time. It hurts. It's not easy. But then you take a deep breath and say, okay, I won't give up. I'll do my best, one step at a time. Right. You don't have to solve everything in one day. Even a small step forward is progress. Exactly. And if you fall, it's okay. Stand up again. Difficult times are not forever. They come and go like seasons. I love that. Like seasons. Winter can be cold and dark, but spring always comes after. And sometimes, Jason, we grow the most during our hardest times. We learn who we are. We discover strength we didn't know we had. That's so true. Some people think being strong means never feeling sad, but real strength is saying, I feel sad, but I still believe things can get better. And for our listeners, we want to say, you are stronger than you think. Just by listening to this podcast, you are choosing growth. So remember, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel tired, but don't stop. Keep going. Keep believing in your future. You've already made it this far. You can keep moving forward, one step, one moment at a time. All right, now let's talk about something really powerful: your mindset and how you talk to yourself. Yes, mindset means the way you think about things, and it has a big effect on how you feel and what you do. Exactly. If you have a negative mindset, you might say things like, I can't do this, or nothing ever works for me. But if you have a positive mindset, you say, this is hard, but I'll try. Or, I believe I can find a way. And that's where self-talk comes in. Self-talk means the words you say to yourself in your head, or sometimes out loud. Right. Some people don't even notice their self-talk. But those little words you say to yourself every day can lift you up or pull you down. Let's give a quick example. Imagine you make a mistake at work. A negative voice might say, I'm so stupid. But a positive voice says, okay, I made a mistake, but I can learn from it. Big difference, right? The words are simple, but the feeling is very different. That's why it's important to catch your negative thoughts and change them. It's like talking to a friend. You wouldn't tell your friend, you're useless, so don't say that to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Say things like, I'm doing my best, or every day I'm getting stronger. Even small words can change your mood, and when you repeat those good thoughts again and again, your mind starts to believe them. That's the power of positive self-talk. You start to feel more hope, more confidence, and more energy to keep going, even when life is tough. And here's a simple trick for our listeners. Every morning, say one kind thing to yourself. Just one like, I'm proud of myself for trying. And every night before bed, say, I did my best today. These little habits can slowly change your whole mindset. So remember, your thoughts have power. Speak to yourself with love, with patience, and with courage. You're listening right now, and that means you're already growing. You're already changing your mindset. Keep going. Your mind can be your biggest helper if you train it to be kind. Now that we've talked about mindset, let's talk about action. Small daily habits that help you stay strong and positive during difficult times. Yes, many people think they need to do something big to feel better, but often it's the small things done every day that make the biggest difference. Exactly. Let's start with a simple one. Make your bed every morning. It sounds small, but it gives your day a fresh start. It says, today I choose order and care. Another habit. Drink water first thing in the morning. It wakes up your body and helps your brain work better. Here's one I love. Take 5 minutes to stretch or walk. Just moving your body even a little helps reduce stress and lifts your mood. And don't forget writing down your thoughts. A journal is a great place to release your emotions. You can write, today was hard, but I'm still standing. That's a powerful one. And what about gratitude? Every day, write down one thing you are thankful for. It could be your family, the sunshine, or even this podcast. Yes, gratitude changes your focus. Instead of thinking only about what's wrong, you start noticing what's good, even if it's small. Here's another easy habit. Turn off your phone for 30 minutes. Just sit quietly, think, breathe, rest your mind. That's so important in today's noisy world. Silence gives you peace. Also, talk to someone you trust. Even a 2-minute message to a friend can give your heart a lift. And here's a great tip for our listeners. Make a positivity list. Write down 5 small habits that make you feel better, then try to do at least 2 of them every day. Yes, for example, Drink water, stretch, listen to music, smile at yourself in the mirror, say one kind word to yourself. These aren't hard things, but when you do them every day, they build strength in your mind and heart. And the best part? You don't have to be perfect. If you forget one day, it's okay. Just try again tomorrow. That's the key. Consistency, not perfection. Small steps done often create big change over time. So remember, even during your hardest days, you can still do one small thing to take care of yourself. Yes, and those small things, they keep you going. They keep your spirit alive. Now let's dive into something that seems small but is very powerful. Gratitude. Yes, gratitude is the feeling of being thankful even when life is hard. We can still find something to be thankful for. You might be thinking, but Jason, how can I feel thankful when everything is going wrong? That's a fair question, and the truth is, you don't have to pretend things are okay. Gratitude is not about ignoring pain. It's about noticing what's still good, even in the middle of pain. Exactly. Maybe today was stressful, but maybe the sun came out, or a friend sent you a kind message, or you had a warm cup of tea. Those little things matter. Gratitude helps you focus on what you do have instead of what you've lost. Let me share something personal. A few years ago, I was feeling lost. Work was hard, I had no energy, and I felt stuck. But I started a gratitude journal, just one sentence every night. That's such a great idea. What kinds of things did you write? Sometimes it was big, like, I'm thankful for my family, but often it was simple. I'm grateful I got through the day, or I saw a little bird on my window today, so beautiful. And what happened? Slowly my mind started to change. I began noticing more good things during the day. Gratitude trained my brain to look for hope. I love that, and you don't need a fancy notebook, right? Just a piece of paper or even your phone. Yes, or just saying it out loud. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for one more day to try. I'm grateful for this quiet moment. Gratitude doesn't remove your problems, but it gives you strength to face them with a better heart. And research agrees. Studies show that people who practice gratitude feel less stress, sleep better, and even feel less pain. That's amazing. And gratitude also makes us kinder to others. When we're thankful, we want to share that feeling with the people around us. Yes, and that creates a beautiful circle. You feel thankful, so you give kindness. That kindness helps others feel thankful too. So here's a simple challenge for our listeners. For the next 7 days, write or say 3 things you're grateful for every day. They can be small or big, just be honest. You'll start to see your world with different eyes. Even in dark times, there is always a little light. Gratitude helps you find it. And once you find that light, you can hold on to it. And it will help guide you through. All right, Julia. We've talked about gratitude, mindset, and habits. Now, let's talk about something really important. The people around us. Yes, the people in your life can either lift you up or pull you down. That's why we say surround yourself with positive influences. Exactly. When you're going through tough times, The last thing you need is someone who always complains or makes you feel worse. That's true. We all have people in our lives who are negative. Maybe they don't mean to be, but they always focus on problems, not solutions, and that can affect your energy. Sometimes, just one conversation with a negative person can leave you feeling tired or discouraged. But the good news is, you can choose who you spend your time with. Find people who give you hope, who listen, who support you. Positive people don't have to be perfect, but they believe in moving forward. They smile, they care, they remind you of your strength. And sometimes, those positive influences can come from simple places. A podcast like this, a book, a kind teacher, or a supportive friend. Yes, even online there are communities, videos, and pages full of kindness and encouragement. You just have to look for them. Here's something to try. Think about the 3 people you spend the most time with. Ask yourself, do they lift me up or do they drain my energy? That's powerful. And if someone in your life is always negative, it's okay to take a step back. You don't have to be rude, just protect your peace. You can still care about them, but you don't have to carry their negativity every day. And also, be that positive person for others. Say kind words, offer support, listen with love. Yes, the more you give positive energy, the more you'll attract it back into your life. So remember, difficult times are easier when you're not alone. Surround yourself with people and voices that help you feel stronger, not weaker. And if you don't have many people like that in your life right now, don't worry. Start by being one for yourself. Speak kindly, act kindly, and the right people will come. You deserve to feel supported. You deserve to feel encouraged, and you can start creating that environment today. You know, Julia, sometimes the best way to understand something is to hear a real story. Absolutely, real stories show us that we're not alone, that others have also faced tough times and found a way through. Let me start with a story from my own life. A few years ago, I lost my job. It was a hard time. I felt worried, embarrassed, and a little scared. That's tough, Jason. What helped you stay positive? At first, I felt stuck, but then I started a small habit. Every morning, I went for a walk. I also made a rule: no negative self-talk. I told myself, you're still learning. You still have value. That's powerful. Sometimes small routines keep us from falling apart. Yes, after a few weeks, my mind was clearer. I updated my skills, applied for new jobs, and slowly things began to change. It wasn't easy, but I stayed positive by focusing on what I could control. Thank you for sharing that. I had a similar experience during a time of illness. I was very sick for a few months, and I couldn't do many things I loved. That must have been really hard. It was, but I started writing 1 sentence a day in a notebook, just one. Sometimes I wrote, "Today I was able to eat," or "I heard a bird sing outside." It helped me stay connected to hope. That's beautiful. It shows how even in pain, we can still choose light. And I want to share one more short story. This one's from a student of mine. She was new to the country, learning English. feeling very alone. But every day, she listened to one podcast, practiced one new word, and smiled at one person. Just one word, one smile. That's so inspiring. Yes. After a few months, she made new friends, joined a study group, and became more confident. She said, "I didn't wait for a big change. I just kept moving, one tiny step at a time." That's the heart of staying positive. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward, even slowly. If you're listening to this right now, maybe you are also going through something difficult, but your story isn't over yet. You're still here. You're still trying, and that in itself is something to be proud of. We've talked a lot about mindset, habits, and stories. Now, let's give our listeners some practical tips they can use every day to stay positive, even during tough times. Yes, these are simple things, but if you do them often, they can really help your mind and heart feel stronger. All right, tip number 1. Start your day with one positive sentence. You can say, "Today is a new chance," or "I will do my best." It sets the tone for the day. Do this 5 times. It calms your body and clears your mind. Tip 3. Limit negative news and social media. If something makes you feel sad or angry every day, it's okay to take a break. Tip 4. Move your body. Stretch, walk, dance, anything. Even 5 to 10 minutes helps reduce stress and boost your mood. Tip 5. Speak kindly to yourself. Don't say, "I'm a failure." Say, "I'm learning," or "I'm strong, and I'll get through this." And here's a bonus tip. Create a feel better list. Write down things that make you smile, like music, a favorite movie, or a peaceful place. When you feel low, choose one and do it. These tips don't take much time, but they build emotional strength over time. Start small. Try just 2 of these today. See how you feel. Remember, positivity isn't about being happy all the time. It's about choosing to care for yourself every day, even when life is hard. Before we wrap up today's episode, we just want to say thank you for being here. Yes, thank you. If you're listening right now, it means you care about your growth. You're trying to stay strong, even during hard times, and that's something to be proud of. Life isn't always easy, but your choice to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep showing up, that means everything. You don't need to have all the answers today. You don't need to be perfect. Just take one small step, one kind thought, one positive action. Remember this: you are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, and your story is still being written. Every tough day will pass. The light will come back, and so will your smile. So keep going, keep believing, and always remember, you're not alone. We're walking this journey with you. Thanks for spending time with us today on Personal Growth Talks podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.